Welcome to the Big Game Breakdown, live from Knuckleheads in downtown Ocean Springs on this special Thanksgiving episode. First, we want to thank our sponsors, Knuckleheads, the Big Game Brain, and the Ocean Springs Booster Club. We also want to thank One Life Media for coming in to help us out again today. And anybody else? That sounds about right.
I think it's about it.
That's about it right there. Dang, we hurting on sponsors, man. But we also want to thank the fans that tune in each and every week to watch this show for us. Without you, this show wouldn't be that. We want to thank the Greyhound Nation for all the support all season long. We have been rocking and rolling since the Jamboree. We ain't missed a beat every week. We've been here with you. Coach said we're going to stay here. Regardless, we are here. And we're going to win Friday. So we got to go ahead and start building up the excitement for this South State 7A championship against the Brandon Bulldogs. So this Friday, Coach, this was the game from this South State 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, right? Same play, same scenario somewhat?
Yep, 2022. They were the 1 seed, we were the 1 seed. It was that year where even numbers host the South State if everybody's evened up, and you know that's it's 100% a replay, and it was a game that we felt like got away from us at one point, and you know you're up 28-7 and you lose 34-31, and it's they kicked the last second field goal to win the game, but it's almost exact replay. I mean, to flip the script of I believe they were 9-3-ish, and we were 12-0 at that point. Now they're 11-1, and we're 8-4. It's just kind of a very eerie, similar feeling to it. But that's what we played that tough schedule for, is because you knew that you were going to be playing opponents like this later on in the year, and that's what we got. I mean, it's one of the best teams in the state, and we're looking forward to it. And it's going to be a really good atmosphere, really good game, and very excited to play it, and excited for our kids to get to experience it. And you know, obviously very hopeful we come out on top, but you know, it's not something that every kid gets to experience in a high school career, practicing during Thanksgiving. And these seniors, I told them this morning, and it really didn't hit me until this morning, didn't think much about it, but I was like, I'm pretty sure there's never been a group of kids at Ocean Springs that practiced twice during Thanksgiving during their career, and you seniors are getting to do it, and that needs to be a benchmark for this program, is to make sure that we're here every year in, year out, being here practicing during Thanksgiving week.
Well, definitely. Y'all making it a mainstay now. Like I said, this is the third South State for the Greyhounds in the last 5 years.
I know it's the second 3 years. I'm pretty second 3 years. I know that. Okay. No, I can't go as far back to say it's 5, but
22 it was at home.
Yep, 22 was home. This year 21. No, we didn't. No, we played it. We got beat by Oak Grove and 21 in the second round.
In Oak Grove.
Here.
Oh, it was here.
It was
here. Okay, I remember now. All right, so and then 23 we did the first round. But all right,
I think the last time they were in South State before that was 2014.
14.
Yeah,
they get there. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. So like,
we're here now, though.
Yeah,
that's what matters.
The main, this year the Greyhounds are ready to flip the script, and they ready to punch that ticket. 20 years later, this can be like a beautiful ending of a story. You commemorate the 2014, the last team to make it to state championship, and 20 years later this year, here we are now, and we got the group. They got the opportunity to knock it up, man. That is beautiful, man. I was on the sideline the last 2 playoff games, and when I tell you, man, that playoff, y'all have the 12 man. Yeah, y'all really do have the 12 man in that.
Man, I told you that was good, man.
It is, man.
Good.
The student section is so live. I like how when the players, they score their touchdowns or get walk-off interception, they run straight to the student section and show love. The
band we score more on that side.
I do. I really do.
It's odd. We score more on that side.
Everything happens on that side. The Lucas, was it the interception he had against Northwest Rankin? Then you had the Connor interception. You had the chop run. You had the 18 interception.
If they would let us go that way every drive, I promise you I would take it.
That would happen. Everything that way.
The other team, they can kick to the clock every time. I don't care. Like, we need to go that way.
now you put that in perspective, man. I would be looking for that.
No,
man.
it's funny because while I was in the press box calling plays, I felt like every time we scored, we were going right to left. Like it was, the field house was in what where it is now and everything. It was just like right to left always made sense to us. And ever since I've been on the sideline for the last 2 years, now left to right makes sense. I'm like, all right, guys, we can score on both sides. It doesn't always have to be in one end zone. And maybe we need to flip the way we practice. Offense likes that end zone, whatever it is.
Yeah, I already know, like, whenever we break down the film, when we get inside the huddle, Coach Brandon, you know, we're going to
hey, the good plays are going this way.
Everything's going to go that way. We're going to see all the bad plays are going the other way. That's what's crazy, man. Like I know we're going to see it. Jets had that big return to kick off the second half.
It went left.
And it went left. After that, man. So, okay, so, all right, round 2 recap. All right. You had some standout performances. You had Jacoby Bailey with 18 tackles, 14 of those things were solo. Said 2 tackles for loss, a sack, and 1 pass breakup. BJ Osmeyer, the state's leading tackler and number 17 in the nation, as y'all so eloquently put it. 10 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks. 4 sacks.
Outstanding game.
Like, man, when I tell you, he is just, why is he just under the radar? Like, I feel like when he's just under the radar, he just scaving right through under the radar. Like,
I talked to a coach from a, whatever they call it now, group of 5 type of school, FCS, or not FCS, but it wasn't your Power 4, Power
G5,
5.
G2.
Yeah, the G5 group. And, you know, I'm talking to him, and it was right after we put that post out, and he calls me, and he's like, Coach, who is this kid? Like, we talked too much for me to not have. I was like, no, we've talked about him. Just the last time you were here was in February, and he was still on crutches. I mean, you know, coming off the surgery and everything, and you know about him. If you go back through your notes, I promise you, I didn't know at that time what he was going to do in the fall.
Right.
I mean, you know, he's got the size, he's got the look, he's got all this other stuff. I don't know what he's going to do coming off this injury, but y'all need to check him out. And they're like, Coach, I just watched this huddle film. There was click y'all's link, and he is like, it's never ending. Like, it's just sack after sack after sack. I was like, that's the way he's playing right now, and it's 100% who he is. And they're like, well, we'll be there Friday to watch. And you know, I'm like, well, you better throw off for now before somebody bigger does. Because,
I swear, don't wait too long now. Y'all ain't the only ones knocking now.
He's playing on a different level right now, and to the point where, you know, so I've started telling people that he put the team on his back as far as, and it's hard for a defensive lineman to do that. Like, you can't. Yeah, you can have a freak edge rusher that affects the game in critical times and this, that, and another, but every time there needs to be a momentum swing, or every time there's that big second medium play or third medium play, like, he is showing up in the run game, and the pass game is anything he can do to disrupt a drive, he's doing right now. And you'll see it when we watch film in just a second. It's not that, like, I'm not trying to have a BJ show every time we do a film session, but it's big key plays at key times that they're 3rd and 6.
You need a big play. He's there.
And he takes them out of field goal range completely. Like, it's huge plays, and it's very hard for a defensive lineman to do that. And that's what he's doing, is putting his team on his back, and he's carrying them right now.
Yeah, I tell you, man, and he's not the only one.
No,
your little 4-star athlete, Sherrod Whitehead, has pretty much become the heartbeat of the offense. He, ever since the D'Iberville game when he became the starter. Yeah, y'all haven't looked back. No. And neither has he, unless he's seeing if he's finna score, if anybody's about to catch him on these 60 and 70 and 80-yard runs that he's so eloquently putting together. But we're just so one-dimensional. Like, we can't do nothing else, you know. Like the kid ain't throwing touchdown passes to Ian Harlan. Like, what else is he not doing? He's not read option off the Will Smith. Like, I don't know how one-dimensional you can get, you know, but it's working.
I mean, when you look at it from an outside lens, it's if you put more than one tight end on the field, I guess you call it one-dimensional at this point in time. But no, Sherrod's done a great job taking over the offense and you know, making it into his own, and us trying to fine-tune, like, what he's really good at and what Will's really good at and what the receivers we have really good at. But the biggest component of it is our offensive line is really good.
They are the best in the state.
Our offensive line is really freaking good. Our tight ends are doing a fantastic job. They don't get enough love because your offensive line's always left out of love anyway. They're the unsung heroes. Well, then you got two more unsung heroes that don't get mentioned because everybody's talking about the O-line. And you got Hayden Berglund and Calvin Yannick down there blocking their tails off. And it's a I mean, it's what makes us go right now. Yeah. But I also put that the O-line comes through. I've never been a part of this, but I always meet with quarterbacks. Myself and Coach King, quarterbacks are in my office every Monday prior to practice, and that's our film session.
Yeah.
Well, it's us. It's myself, Coach King, Coach Lee, quarterbacks, and offensive line. Mm-hmm. That's what comes in my meeting room, and that's like it's never happened before. But there's such a core component of us winning that I want the offensive line in my office when we do film meetings.
Right, I see what
and I want them hearing the things that I'm telling the quarterbacks and talking about running backs and talking about receivers and understanding how big of a part of the game plan they are each week and how much of a difference they make. And that's a lot of the reason why we want the stretch we're on is we've committed ourselves to a run-heavy offense with a quarterback that can run like a running back, a really good running back.
And can throw.
Yeah, receivers that can run, and then you open up the pass game, and Shirai can throw very well, but his stature does hurt him at times because your offensive line is 6'3" to 6'6" across the board. I mean, it's hard to see over those guys, but as far as offensive coach and my offensive staff and us learning how to get him in places where he can see, and not necessarily it's all sprint outs, it's just manipulating the pocket to where he can get out and he can see receivers. And you saw that against Oak Grove, and you call it one dimensional if you want to. We had 6 pass plays on the call sheet Friday night.
Yeah, let's see. You said Sherrod's stats were
he was 3 for 5.
3 for 5. He had 100, but he had 128 yards rushing, 2 on the ground, and 1 passing, a 65-yard touchdown to Ian Harlan. Right?
Yeah, and we had 6 pass plays on the call sheet. We called all 6 of them. On the 6th one, Hayden Berglund was standing wide open in the end zone, and Sherrod couldn't see him over Zay's big head. So he had to scramble out of there and ended up not throwing the ball, trying to take care of it. Yeah. But told our coaches, I was like, guys, if we go 3 for 6 and one of them hits for a touchdown, I think we're gonna win this ball game. He went 3 for 5, one of them hit for a touchdown, won the ball game.
That's it.
And you're 3 yards from the kickoff return and getting slide tackled on the interception return away from it being 42-14.
Man, when I tell you that, it was just electric. Like that last run when he broke out, we were taking pictures. If you look at the freeze frames of the picture, you see them. You see everybody on that road sideline. They were just in disbelief. One of the coaches just dropped down to his knees, man.
I saw the picture you posted. Yeah. I was one I had to zoom in on just check it out a little bit.
Hey, I was like, hey, man, that's a beautiful picture to find right there.
No discredit to them. They're really good football.
They Oak Grove University.
And Coach Calls and them doing a great job with them. They came out on their opening drive and had a fantastic set of openers. Coach Carmody, after they scored, he's, obviously doesn't want anybody to drive down the field and score an opening drive like that, but he realized that everything on their openers were to beat things that we've done for the last 3 weeks where we've been very successful. Yeah. They made their adjustment. They went to a lot of man coverage, a lot of different coverages that we haven't shown in the last 5 weeks, and immediately started making stops. Yeah. And, kudos to him and his defensive staff on making that adjustment right there, and the kids being able to execute it. Yeah. And scored the first drive of the game, didn't score again until the fourth quarter, and that was it.
That was it. Like that defense shut out Oak Grove pretty much in the complete second half.
It's a good year to do it because that sophomore quarterback
is going to be a problem.
He is going to be a huge problem in the next couple years.
He's going to be the next 5-star quarterback, I believe.
If they get some kids to protect him, and they always get kids to come in and play receiver. So, they're going to be a problem the next few years. Luckily, they're graduating some of that defense. I'm glad. I'm tired of seeing them for 3 years straight now. And I think 4 games worth. But, our offensive offensive line takes a lot of pride in blocking those guys. You saw it under the 10. I mean, they level up a little bit. You know, you kind of wish they could take that in every game, but it's nearly impossible to take that edge in every game. But when they're playing Oak Grove, the O-line levels up there, and they take it a little bit personally. And you know, it's just it was one of the nights, man.
Yeah, that was a good night. It was. They played big boy ball all night. Yeah. They even when Chop broke, they running down the field with him with their arms up.
And Zay don't ever run that field like that.
He did that time.
Zay usually takes a hard right. We're always scoring down there, so he takes that hard right, comes on back and sees us.
Yeah, not this time.
Zay was running down there with the hands up.
He was happy, man. Them boys play big time ball, man. Like I said, that atmosphere was good, man. And we can get to check out some of the highlights now. This segment right now is brought to you by One Life Media, you know, and we're going to be able to show Coach Bramlett inside the huddle.
So this is first drive starting out. It's not the first play, but first drive we're picked up 10 yards, one set of sticks already. Just wanted to show a little bit of that physicality of the offense and the tight ends, especially on this right side over here. And we always feel like our left side over here with Zalen's a little bit better, but our right side really wanting to brag on them. It's just a little manipulation, get Bryson out, takes your free safety out of the picture, and run a little quarterback power right here. And you just see, I mean, this is first down, man. Anytime you pick up 8 yards on first down, you feel really good about it, especially just running power. Yeah. You know, picking up 8 yards, let me hide that real quick. That's a problem. They come back. And this is still the first drive. We pick up a couple first downs, complete a pass or two, and the flea flicker that you were talking about earlier was something that we saw on film from a couple of years ago, and it just stuck in the back of my head for the last 2 years. And I was like, you know, if we get in that big game situation against Oak Grove, I want to try to pull this out. And you'll see Ian Harlan up top right here. He's here. You'll see him slip down through. He does a great job manipulating his way through this defense, really going unseen and untouched. Hand it off to Will. Ian's cruising through.
It was there. He knew it too.
No one takes the safety out of the play. Will gives a great kicks back to Chop. Chop hits him down the sideline, man. And you answer their opening drive score with that. And it's one of those deflating moments for the other side where they're like, all right, we just worked ourselves down the field. And then they come back and hit us with about 4 or 5 powers and hit us with a flea flicker. It's like, all right, we got a ball game on our hands.
Cause I don't know why they stopped running Champagne. I'm glad they did, but I don't know why they stopped running.
Yeah, you talk about that, not me. Come back next drive for them offensively. Jacoby Bailey has been playing outside of his mind for the last 3 weeks. He was our player of the week this week. Obviously, he read off the 19 tackles. And this is a staple play for them. They run 2 verticals to the trip side. They're an empty. They're 1 vertical and a key screen to the 2 receiver side. And if everybody bails out of there and they cover down the verticals, they just drop it off, and they got great athletes. Usually make people miss. You put Jacoby Bailey on the island out there, it makes a big play at the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's a very tough play to make. And then you come back. This is Ezra. Talked about Ezra a good bit. You got Jacoby Bailey coming off the top side on a blitz. Ezra's lined up at basically a defensive end position. Tackle's got a block down right here. Ezra squeezes. Jacoby takes on the kick out block, and you get a big tackle right there
wrap up. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean it's a 3rd and short, man. Yeah, it's something you gotta have. Come back. This flip possessions. It's 7-7 right now. Offense has had the ball again. We did convert on the 4th down. Defense gets back out there.
That play there, Laney. I was disappointed in him because he is a dog.
That wasn't Laney's fault. That was my fault. That was my fault. We can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, he a dog, man. I knew. I was like, come on, kid.
But so we ate up. Yeah. We ate up the entire first quarter and a drive and a half offensively, and they had 2 drives offensively as well. So that was part of the game plan. We're just eating that clock up, limiting their possessions, us executing on our possessions. And then they drive half the field, get down here in a good situation, and you start seeing the defense start to bow up right here. They start showing themselves, stop the run game. All right, now we got them in 3rd and long, and the field goal kicker they're in field goal range right here. And then you see BJ come in and do that kind of stuff. I mean, like now the BJ's taking them out of field goal range. You can't get 3 points anymore. You got to punt it to us, and that's the type of game-changing stuff that you see that BJ's doing for this football team. That's not a normal thing for a defensive player. Yeah, I mean, he'll make a huge sack on the -20, whatever. It's when they get the field goal range and he knows it's that time to make a huge play and take them out of it. He can make it happen. Come back offensively. This is just let me see what we got here. Another play where I want to show some of the physicality up front. Now, one thing I'd like to see, Jaden right here. Jaden's a really good player for us. We've had him on the show before. 44 is a man of a dude. I'd like to see him get underneath 44's pads and do a little better job right here. But you can't expect perfection every play. He fires off the football. 44, maybe a little hand to the face right there, but kind of gets the best of him. But you see the rest of the O-line doing work, man. Yeah. I mean, this is as loaded of a box as you can possibly imagine. And everybody's like, why are you still running power? Well, it's because our offensive line can do this. Our offensive line can do this. Our running backs and our quarterbacks can do this. And if you want to put 9 people in the box, well, we still will come at you. And Sherrod, Will, and the O-line, and you just man up. That was a 2nd and 10 call. There was 2nd and 10 call. You pick up first down and just rock and roll. Yeah. But very one-dimensional. Yeah. Come back. There's again, 7-7. You're still in the 2nd quarter. BJ comes up with another big play right here. You see him up at the top of the screen. Getting back in the tackle's face. Quarterback tries to step up and escape the pocket. BJ makes a great play with his hands. He's got his eyes on him. That was sack number 2 for the day.
He just getting started.
Yep, and then the following play, this is a huge play that I want to show on Jax Coleman down here. So Jax Coleman's been a receiver all year up until the Northwest ranking game, and they really needed to play DB. He made the transition after week 11 into the playoffs, makes the transition to corner. Things break down. He's got deep thirds. He sees that, comes up, pass break up, knocks a kid helmet off. I mean, just stuff that, like, you don't teach that. That's a lot of athletic ability, a lot of instinct. Comes down, makes a huge play right there. And then, our coaching staff's done a great job making him acclimated to the defense side of the ball. This is
Nolan.
Go ahead.
Nolan has done a phenomenal job of selling.
Nolan, I'm uber proud of for how he's handled this year, because he is a dog at receiver. Yeah. His numbers aren't there because of what we have to do offensively, and especially the last 5 weeks, he has really bought into, like, Coach, I don't care, gold ball at the end, doesn't matter, whatever I got to do, and it's been huge. Yeah, it's been huge because when Nolan buys in, everybody buys in, and he's done it. Yeah. He's had a phenomenal playoff run, phenomenal region.
You just watch
run.
his film and just look at all the plays. The stuff he does helps the offense. Him selling off the safeties, taking the DBs with him. All that stuff matters.
See an absolutely huge play out of him in a minute. That goes completely unnoticed. But this is right before the half. The clock is running right now. We called a pass play in the huddle after a timeout, and it's got one of those. They went out there. I really didn't like what we called the huddle, and just saw something that we really liked in our run read game, and hollered at Chop. He turned around, called the play, got it in, and he read it perfectly. It was a give read. He gives it. Will gets behind RJ, is pulling guard there, and then walks it in right before the half.
Untouched. Yeah. Unscathed.
Second half, this is 14-7. Again, Oak Grove has drove the field after we missed a field goal. and they're in a good situation. It's second short on the 25-yard line. Guess who shows up?
Number 15.
Yep, 15. And doesn't get him all the way down, but he causes the problem.
He held him up.
And Aiden Watson comes in from defensive backfield, makes the play. Very next play, 3rd and 6.
There was the money player right here.
Yep. And right there, gets him down again, takes him out of field goal range, and makes him punt it again. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll give him his 1-5 spot.
He got the cleanest silly out right now, man. Yeah, I don't know who's silly cleaner right now, boy. He got the number one silly, boy.
Still 14-7. Gabe Berger and Jacoby Bailey make a huge play right here.
Linebacker, you.
Yep. Doing a great job, man. They're doing a fantastic job.
I'm sorry, Coach Carmody. I'm sorry. I said your name right and everything. I'm sorry.
He is so hard about you saying
it's not a discipline. It's not a. I don't know why he take it like that.
I try to tell him,
but I'm just gonna stop because
he gets upset with me about everything.
He got me after the game. He walked up and gave me one of them. He's gonna stop that great thing.
He's so sensitive.
Yeah, it's time to stop, man. Like, I love him to death.
3rd long. BJ pops up. Quarterback goes to scramble. A big hit right there. That quarterback felt that one, man.
Yes, it was poor kid felt it, boy. Because he ain't nothing but a sophomore.
No, he ain't. I mean, and like he's a big kid, but at the same time, he's still a little kid. I mean, he's still skinny. He's still a sophomore.
He ain't got no football butt.
I mean, that's 240 pounds coming down on you. Very next play, 4th and long, and Jacoby Bailey gets in there and gets a sack.
Jacoby need to come out to that tryout next month too. Boy. He can come on out.
Winding down 3rd quarter, still 14-7. Just showing off a little Will Smith speed right here.
Big Willie style.
Oak Grove is not usually Will Smith's game. He turns kind of into more of a fullback right here. It's just the way they play defense and need to block a little bit more. But we can find ways to give it open space. Kind of got a little bit with it. I was like, hey, man, put your head down. Let's make a statement and pick up those last few yards. But I know what he was thinking. He is the last play of the 3rd quarter. I'm gonna get out of here and we're gonna keep on rolling. Another physical point for the offensive front. I mean, they're just.
Chop be dragging them too, man. After them, he don't go down after.
This is too tight, fullback mentality. Chop may as well be dotting the I. We coming downhill. It's straight up duo, and here we come. I mean, that was a 1st and 15 call, and now we're in 2nd and 7. Huge 3rd down play. Absolutely huge 3rd down throw, especially from a one-dimensional offense.
Big catch.
Big time throw to Nolan.
Yes, Lord. Big
get
catch.
out of the pocket.
Big catch. I was so proud of him. Big catch.
We called power right about 6 times in a row. Once after that catch was made, just pick it up 5-6 yards at a time, and then get down here. And I want to pay a lot of attention to Hayden Berglund, number 1. And then after he makes his block, paying a lot of attention to number 14, Nolan Wells. Something that we really liked during the week. Hayden, incredible job reaching this outside linebacker who's already out-leveraged him. Chop gets to the outside, and then watching Nolan right here.
Just
hands
get it
up, hip in the pocket, block 2 people with 1 play.
You see right there.
And then Bingo down there celebrating.
Oh, yeah, because them football plays, them, man. Look at that. You ain't stopping 1-5, man.
BJ again. This was a big time 4th down. No, this is 3rd down stop. I'm sorry. Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky over the top of the screen comes in, gets the big mid up, knocks the ball down. Doesn't happen much for my man Ricky, but it happened right there as a big time situation for it. And then a big 4th down stop right here, get the ball back to us. And then obviously
Actually was a good no interception because he got more field.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't. Then obviously just polished off the game right here.
Right here. 88 not the gate.
But, a big part of that, you'll see the D-line start cutting right here. Well, when you cut, you can't control the gap and 2 gap. and then stuff like this happens.
Chop like John Cena, boy. You can't see me. I'm talking about he got up out of there so fast.
All right, but yeah,
Man.
that was it, man.
That was an exciting game. If you wasn't there, you missed it. But you can always go on what's the Go Greyhound live.
OS Greyhound live.
Yeah, you can always go in there and watch all the old live broadcasts. You can even watch all these episodes of the Big Game Breakdown.
Yep.
I think y'all about one of the only football teams that got y'all own website.
Oak Grove's got theirs.
Okay.
You can watch it on there.
I'm talking about like website with y'all got player profiles, coaching profiles.
No, man, it's good.
I'm not giving no Grove no love, man. I don't know. You see how I overlooked that.
I want people to go back and watch that, man.
Yeah, make sure go run them views up.
No, our Booster Club does a great job putting that together, and they spend a lot of time on it. And we got some good ladies working on that as well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Coach, for that section of it inside the huddle. Yeah. We're gonna take a gobble break right quick, and we're gonna be back right quick.
All right, bro.
All right. Let me get a mic check when you get a moment.
What's going on?
Okay.
I know. Don't pay no attention to the gray.
Yeah, please don't. I got the grade too, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, we are back. Hey, if you was watching and you left, you need to come back. Because I just want to ask everybody, like, what are y'all thankful for today? On this beautiful Thanksgiving Day, the day before Black Friday. You know, Black Friday is the day on the coast that we really don't have a lot of success at, man.
My wife's getting up at 5 in the morning going shopping.
See what I'm saying? Oh, you really need some help
Going to
there,
New Orleans
man.
tomorrow. Man, I was like,
Wait, in New Orleans?
hey, man,
With your card?
She's a machine.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, don't
man.
worry about it. Hey, worry about tomorrow.
Tomorrow. You got
Let her live it up.
Let her live it up, man. Well, while we got him here, everybody don't. Let's first of all, let's give him his proper due. Joining us now is the true Ocean Springs legend, Coach Shane Trostler. He's the assistant defensive coordinator.
Oh, man, that's wrong. Assistant defense coordinator.
That's what he said.
Man, I'm the GA.
The GA.
Allen House is GA.
So you just his grad assistant?
I just help Alan Howes out, man. That's all I do.
Oh man, so Howes ain't even here to defend you right now, man.
Just help Alan Howes out.
All right. Well, what about the safeties? You the safeties coach too, ain't you?
Yeah, I help Alan with the secondary.
All right. What else you help Alan? Or do you help the strength coach too?
Yeah, I've done a little bit of everything.
All right.
In my 20-year career, I've done a little bit of everything.
So you just been Iron Man for the Greyhounds pretty much then, huh?
Well, let's see. I coached secondary first year. Did a little D-line for about 8-9 years.
Yeah.
Did linebackers for 6 years, and now I'm in the secondary again. So
you just go where is needed then, man.
Well, wherever Jake tells me to go, that's what I do. You know?
Coach not only helped the state, but he's also a former Greyhound himself, having played on the 2014 that made it. That's wrong too.
That's wrong. I coached.
You coach? Why are they giving me all this bad info?
Don't worry about that,
man.
Don't worry about that. 2014, I coached.
And 1404.
In 2004, I coached I helped coach.
You helped coach that team that went to state.
And
the 2014 that went to South State.
And the 2009 team. That's Allen's team.
That's Allen's team.
I was Allen's coach.
So you won't leave Allen alone. You just
I'm saying that's how I remember things.
I know. So
when you got 20 years, there's a lot of things run together.
So Allen, you're his grad assistant.
I'm his assistant now. Yeah, I help
all that. Yeah, so you just mentoring him all the way to success.
Well, I mean,
yeah, right.
Well, I mean, I was in 2014 with my guys there.
Yeah.
So had some good kids there.
So you're a good guy to keep around the Greyhound program, man.
Well, I mean, like Jake ain't got no choice, you know. He's got to deal with it. Right, Jake? Right, Jake? You ain't got no choice.
He said you ain't got no choice. You got to deal with it. He can't go nowhere.
Maybe. It just depends on my wife right there.
Yeah.
It's up to my wife on that.
Well, I'm gonna just scratch your intro.
Scratch my bio,
because they gave me all kind of bad information.
I can give it to you, man. You just tell me what you want to know, man. I give you my whole bio.
Yeah, just run it down, man. Just give us a little. I can ask you some questions, Coach. You're a Greyhound legend. What does it mean to you to not only coach here, but also give back to the program that's such a big part as a player?
Well, I mean, like I said, I didn't play for Ocean Springs. I've been here since 2003. So, Principal Dykes, the principal of the high school, I coached him. Yeah. And then so it just I just stayed with it till about 2012. Yeah. I left and was an assistant principal for 4 years. Yeah. And then, so I left doing assistant principal after 4 years and came back and started coaching again.
What's harder, assistant principal?
Assistant principal is super hard. That's a good job.
Yeah,
so I reward those administrators. You do a great job.
I bet.
If people only knew what they deal with.
How was your experience on that 2004 state championship team? Well, that 2000 state championship team that went to state.
Well, I mean, that was actually my third year actually coaching, and it was, I thought that was the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah, every year.
I like, this is easy, man. We've only been here for 2 years, but it just takes a special group of kids. Yeah. And our 2014 was special, our 2009 team was special, and then the one with Bray, which is what year was Bray?
21-22.
The 21-22 was a special team, and like I said, this is a good team. We got a good team. We got some talent.
Almost different. And they're young.
They are.
We got a lot coming back.
How about that? You wouldn't have thought that after what we lost on defense, huh?
Nah, I didn't. I told you, this defense is so good, man. I didn't think that defense last year can be duplicated. But,
I didn't either. I didn't either.
I took them as like I said, I was wrong. Kwame, I'm so sorry, Coach Kwame. I said this defense this year was a great value version of the defense of last year. And as Michael Jordan so eloquently put it, he took that personal. He lets me know it after every game, man. He lets me know it, man. He gonna cut that great value junk.
You got him fired up.
Oh yeah, it's working. Hey, I need to be pumping him up all the way to the rock.
That's right. Ain't nothing wrong getting him fired up a little bit. That makes him coach hard.
That is, man, because I like watching him coach because, man, he's nothing like his demeanor, how you see him. When he on that sideline, he's a whole different person, man.
Just let him go.
Just let him go. Just turn him loose, man. But this team right here is also shaping up an incredible season thus far, man. We don't know what tomorrow outcome may be yet, but man, this has been a great season.
It really has.
like from the
start.
Just like from the whole beginning.
A lot of doubters. Huh?
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of doubters. People thought it was over with. Ocean Springs going into a rebuilding year, and here we are now, South State. I am the coach.
Yeah, you part of it?
I'm part of it, man.
I see you on the sidelines
all the time. Yeah, I'm there. That's family, man. So just people counted them boats out and said they was over with. They lost a lot, man. And then when you see the coaching, man, it's been great coaching. When you got great players and great coaching, you have success. And I think that's what it's showing right now. Y'all are not letting this group of talent go to waste because you got players that you thought would be in a certain position.
That's right.
And y'all playing chess. All right, we're gonna move you over here. We can use you over there. We're gonna put you there.
You talking
over
about
there.
Our corner and our safety?
Yeah, all that. Yeah, man. Like who can make mid-season moves like that and then have those kids buy in?
Hey, man, that's
and
Jake. That's Jake in the DC, man.
That's real.
And making moves.
That's real. That means that means y'all have a winning culture here that the players are buying in. Mm-hmm. They're all in.
That's it.
So
and then Allen gets back there and teaches them what to do.
Allen, I like to watch Allen when he out there coaching. He be animated with. He got his little cool thing. He be blowing the whistles, getting them all lined up. Bro be out here, and Kendall be out there, Coach Davis be out there turning it up.
Turn it up.
Yeah, turn it up, baby. You got to turn it up. But in the defense, but no doubt though, they have been lights out all season long. I think this team, y'all took what y'all had, y'all made lemonade, some good tasting lemonade, and it's a balanced team.
So we moving up from great value?
Yeah. Man, what's wrong with great value though?
Ain't nothing wrong with
That's what I'm
great
trying to
value.
figure out.
I just asked if we moving up.
For Coach Carmody's personal purpose, we're moving up, man. We just gonna be the Greyhound brand.
I like it.
You like it? All right. So over these last 20 years that you've been coaching at the Greyhounds, it's been 20 years, man.
It's been at least 20 years.
Name some of give me your Mount Rushmore of Greyhound players.
I can't do that, man. I can't do that to my boys.
I can't do that, man.
No,
you can't make a Mount Rushmore.
I can't do that to them, man. I got so many, man.
Man.
Jonathan Anderson, Jarrell Preston, Andre Watson. That's just the 04 team.
That's just the 04 team.
Richard Dixon.
But that's when Ocean Springs football was good, though. Man, before that, they were not good like that.
Jacob, I can't. There's so many great
players. That 04
players.
class changed the trajectory of where this program is at now, man.
It really
started it.
Now, the 03 team actually
was
the
same
first
class.
Team. No, the 02-03 was Dykes. They were the first team to make the playoffs after 10,
Richard
15
Fairley
years.
and all them.
This is the year after them.
Okay.
Yep. This is they were the
I was
first
at Ocean
team.
Springs and I left here in the 8th grade. I was here and I think I left in 1998 when I left. I was at the middle school.
Okay, so that when you say that it's 04 was the year that went to state.
Yeah.
So the 03-04, they actually were the first team to make the playoffs. Right. A guy by the name of Don Hinton showed up. Hired an entirely new staff, brought a couple of us with him, and then everything started.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that 04 team, because I was on the sideline at that Oak Grove game when y'all won that game here in South State at the Pip. It made people all on the field, man.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God, it was like it was a lot out there.
It was the only show in town.
It was, man.
And now
a lot of
games we got going on.
We got 2 South State games in just in Jackson County alone. That's Goshen and Ocean Springs. And we got 4 total teams on the coast. That's a lot.
My first coaching job was with Mark High.
That's my dog right there.
Is it?
Yeah, that's he was at East Central Van Cleve.
No, we're at Van Cleve together.
He left Goshen and went to Van Cleve my sophomore year. My freshman year at Goshen was his first year at Goshen, 99.
He's a good dude.
He is a great dude, man. Gave me my first coaching job at Goshen. Yes, he did. I'm under Mark High coaching tree.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I ain't under his tree. You can tell him.
I ain't gonna tell him that. I'm gonna tell him I am, but I'm gonna tell him you not though. Yeah. But that 04 team, you got Aiden Watson there, Andre Watson, one of the best of all time. I heard Will Smith is like within reach of his record for most rushing yards or something like that.
I don't know.
Will told me Will locked in on that record. He told me he get that.
He's trying. I mess with him every day about it.
And then you got my 2 cousins. I like Travis Williams and Jarrell Preston.
Oh, that's your
them dogs. Hey, they need statues, man. Look, they need statues.
Hey, they in the Hall of Fame,
They
baby.
are. I
Hall
told
of
them that's about the
Famers.
best they're gonna get for them now. You can't go no higher. You done with school.
They just,
Jack.
hey, there ain't nothing else in life they got to do now.
Man, none of y'all are legends. And my boy John, everybody on that team, like you said,
Matter of fact,
dog.
I talk to John
The
just about
Grand
every other
Marshal.
day. I talk to him about every other day.
The Grand Marshal of I talk to him every day too. John, if I look and show you my phone, me and John talk every day, all day. I don't think he work, man. I think he just be at work.
Yeah, he is. Don't tell him that. I ain't John, you're all right.
Yeah, man. But then you had on that team, who else was on there that was real good?
Oh man, we had a guy that went and played defensive end and
Richard Dixon.
played tight end.
LSU, man, one of the best.
That's where he came in the state championship game. The story is, so we played the game. Ain't nobody knows who Richard Dixon
Nobody
is.
did.
Okay? Go to the state championship game. He makes a catch and they try to tackle him. He like falls down, but he doesn't go down. He keeps running. So after the game's over, we lost. I'm walking off, and the running back coach from Alabama walks up to me and said, "Hey, here's my card. Give it to that tight end y'all got." After that, the next year, you know how many scouts we had at every practice?
Everything.
Every practice, we had all kind of scouts.
That's crazy.
And that was it. And that's how it goes normally.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been so many. I mean,
it's a lot.
His little brother played in the 09 South State. But that whole D line, Chris Carter, Jacob Sowers, that whole D line went Division I.
Yeah,
and that was in the South State.
That class where you say, and you know,
and then every year we made the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I've not coached here. We have not been.
Right.
We've always been in the playoffs here. Ocean Springs. That's what we do.
That's why I say no disrespect to the past of Ocean Springs, but after that 04, I said 03 because
it's 03?
the 02-03 year.
02.
I say
it's
that
actually
year because they won their first.
It's 03, 04, and then 04, 05.
Yeah.
04, 05 is the one with Travis in it.
Right.
But they were also on that team, and people don't know, but that team would have been. Jonathan Anderson broke his ankle in Hancock on the 03-04 team.
Yeah.
Hancock would have probably done even better than what we had.
People don't realize how good Jonathan Anderson was, man. It's one of the best linebackers we probably had to come
he was
around.
a running back when he hurt his ankle. And the bad part was we went to the first round and we lost. First time Ocean Springs made the playoffs. Went to the first round, and that's what we laughed about. Picayune had a cannon, and they fired that cannon so many times. That first game, our first playoff loss.
Yeah,
So.
I'm glad they got rid of that, because that thing can still be going off, man. But Coach, we ain't gonna hold you up, man. I appreciate you coming on. Man, we ain't even talk about DeAndre Brown, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's so many good players. I can't make them out.
So many.
Man, they won't call me no more if I start
That's
getting
what I'm saying. Now we got to start bringing them gold balls home. Everything is set up for the program to be.
That's it.
It's the number one school in the state. You know, number one in education, number one in everything. The community. Number one.
You not want to be a Greyhound,
I wouldn't want to be a Greyhound. You know, my kids are Greyhounds.
See there,
but I'm not recruiting that. I ain't want to be like I'm on here recruiting now. But you know, just know, like, this is a cosign. Like, this is a beautiful community, though. You know, and we got people like this that are gate guarding to make sure it stays the same, man. But this is Seneca Hampton, and we're going to take a break, and we're going to end the show with Coach Brandon and talk about this week's South State matchup with the Brandon Bulldogs. Hopefully we can keep our breaks intact.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Today we're switching up things a little bit. We're getting a unique perspective, you know, from two special guests who've grown up on the sidelines, you know, in the coaching family. Joining us is Peyton Collins and Coach Bramlett's nephew, Cannon. All right, said it right. Well, I like that hat, man. Where you get that from?
Found it.
You found?
Yeah, I just found it.
You find me one then.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. All right. And both of them have front row seats to the action, growing up in coaching families and spending countless hours on the sideline. All right, we're going to sit back and we're going to listen and hear from y'all perspective. So what's it like growing up in a coaching family?
It's super fun, and you get to know like what's happening all the time. And you always get to hear about new parts that are happening in football. And I got to learn a bunch of new things from my dad that I never understood. And it's always like fun holding an iPad and stuff, because that's what I do. Because I get to like when something happens and I don't see it, I just replay it back and I'm like, yay! As soon as like after everybody else. But it's really fun to get to know everything. Okay, history.
So what's your experience like on the sideline?
Well, I'm a really nosy kid, and I get to know everything before everybody else does. And it's actually really fun, and you get to just see a lot of stuff that other kids don't get to see.
Yeah.
Really like
So you on the sideline every Friday, huh?
Not every Friday.
Not every Friday, just when you can.
Yeah, just when I
She
can.
is. I say she the iPad girl. Yeah, tell her where you from, man. You ain't from Dallas.
Brandon.
You from Brandon? Oh, man, get off our show, man. Get off our show, man. What are you doing here, man? What are you doing here? You traitor. What are you doing over here? You espionaging on us? You spying on us or something, man? Well, look, we want you to go back and tell them that all our players are hurt, and they can really just bring their JV team to play this team Friday night if they want to, all right? But we ain't ducking no smoke. All right, so far, what's been y'all favorite memory so far being on the sideline? You can start first, Katie. You don't got no favorite memory?
So my favorite was last Friday when we beat Oak Grove, because I wanted to beat them so bad. I'm sorry, but like, I don't know. But it was super fun beating them because everybody was happy, and it was super fun seeing my dad like really, really happy like that. And I like practicing on Thanksgiving. It's fun.
Yeah.
And
you be at the practices too?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna be a coach? You might be the first female head coach. You don't think so?
No, not at all.
Hey, you never know what your blessing might be. You never know.
Maybe. That was my most favorite.
Okay.
Probably.
I know you got another one. You done been on the sidelines for at least, about 12? You done been on there since you was a newborn.
No.
You a cheerleader, ain't you?
Yeah.
Tell what is it like being a cheerleader for the Greyhounds? You be out there on with the varsity.
It's super fun being able to cheer for like a middle school team and stuff, because well, it's just super fun to always be cheering on like part of the Greyhounds, high school or not. And you just always get to be there. And I like cheering. It's super fun, and it's like a great thing to do, and I love it.
That's cool. You got your memory yet?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Traitor.
Beating Gulfport. That's all I got.
Beating Gulfport?
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. That's a good memory to have right there, man. All right. So how has being so close to the game shaped y'all love for football? Y'all football fans or y'all just okay? All right. Some people just got to deal with, like my kids, they just got to deal with it. I don't think they like football. But does it ever feel like football takes over family?
Yes. I think most of the times our days are spent at the football field.
Yeah.
Like Mondays, 9th grade games were there, and then Tuesdays were there, and then Thursdays were definitely there because of middle school games, and then Fridays were there.
And don't forget about Thursday big game, Brad. Y'all are here every Thursday. Now. This is a part of that now.
Day. So, and breakfast Friday mornings and doing laundry all the time. I think I put a lot of laundry in cubbies, but it's super fun. I love doing it because you get to like throw it in the cubbies, and it's super fun. And I like switching the laundry. That's super fun too. But
you sound like child labor. Free child labor. I sound like child labor.
But it is super fun though, being like, And we'll say it definitely has, because like every day we're like, no, we can't do this. We have football practice and all that stuff. But I'm like, we have football practice, like yay!
You get excited.
But it's definitely fun. I like it a lot.
Canada like he want to go hunting. He like he ain't studying no football. You a hunter, huh?
Well, I gave up duck hunting to come here. So.
Okay, so you a duck hunter too, man? Hey, I ate duck one time.
You didn't like it?
I ate it one time. Everybody ain't just cooking duck around here. You know, not around the people I know. They cooking chitlins. They ain't cooking duck, man. I want to try some duck, man. You make some duck?
I don't know how to make it.
You don't know how to make it, but you shoot one. We can cook it together. I'm pretty sure we can watch a YouTube video and learn how to cook a duck. It wouldn't be too hard. Yeah, it ain't hard. All right. So, how do y'all feel football and being around it has prepared y'all for life when after y'all graduating, ready to get out of mom and dad's house?
I definitely think like bad actions have bad outcomes. Mm-hmm. So like when something not so good happens and you're just like super down about it and like just get super mad and say things that you shouldn't, you get a flag or something like that. And I think that like if you go and do something bad, it's not going to be a good outcome. So I just think of always do something good and always have something nice to say, or you just don't say it at all.
She's so nice, man. You know, you just
and like
so
just
smart.
Bad actions and bad outcomes, and I say that all the time now because ever since I've been out there, I've noticed like whenever some bad actions or something, it's a flag or something like that. It is. So you just.
And your dad, most of the time, he's the guy that's pulling the coach off the field that's doing the bad.
I mean, I hope so. I hope it's like not the other way around.
Yeah, nah.
Most of the time, I think it's not, but I hope it's really not. But yeah, just bad actions, bad outcomes, and don't sit there being stupid.
Right. Yeah.
You
very smart for your age. You like you. I believe you've been here before.
Thank you.
What about you, Ken?
Well, a lot of them, some of them just get forced to play because all of their families, they just grow up with sport families and they got to play. But some kids, they have passion, and some of them parents don't even come to watch them play. But they love the game so much that they still come and play, and that shows that they love it and they want to put in hard work and effort.
You gave up on football how many years ago?
Just last year.
Just last year? You gonna play next year?
Yeah.
What position you play?
Tight end.
Tight end. You catch one hand yet? Not yet. You still use two hands? That's how all tight end. That's how you supposed to catch.
Yeah.
Two hands, man. Yeah. You got a tight end coach sitting right there. Don't let him see you catching one hand.
That's my dad.
Yeah. All right. Last question. What makes the Greyhounds football program so special to you?
I think just like connecting with each other and like being able to call a lot of people family. Like I think my dad considers most of these coaches his family. Like that's who he spends a lot of time with. And as being on the sidelines, like I get to like not really like connect, but I get to be able to talk to and be friends with a lot of these players. And whenever we're out there, like they always like try to grab the iPad and stuff like that. So I think it's just probably connecting and being able to be with some of your bestest friends all the time. And that's probably the best part. Yeah. And just probably being able to go and see each other, because that's like the biggest thing. Yeah. Because God let us be able to go and see each other all the time. Yeah. And I think, probably the biggest part is connecting. And that's what makes it so special. Because it's just
connecting is beautiful when it's positive. You're right. You're absolutely right. How about you, big dog?
What was the question?
Well, we talking about the Greyhound community. I don't know how much you feel about it being from Brandon. Yeah, you can skip this question if you want to.
No.
You can just tell us why you're thankful for Thanksgiving.
I like the Greyhounds.
You like the Greyhounds? All right, well, tell us. All right, the question was, since you wasn't listening, what makes the Greyhound football program so special?
They're all so nice. I mean,
they are nice, ain't they, man? Kind of feel fake, don't it? I ain't never seen people that nice before in my life, man. But it's just real like that. It took me a while to buy in too, but I done drunk the juice. I'm all in, buddy. I'm all in. So, all right. So I want to thank both of y'all for giving us such a great look. Who want me? You want me? Okay, all right. You know, and with like growing up as part of the Greyhound family, you know, it's y'all seen the ups and downs, and y'all see the good times and the bad times. And one thing about it, every day you're gonna be Go Hounds, and we need y'all support this Friday, big time. Y'all gonna be out there Friday? Y'all gonna run? Most definitely. I know you. Make sure the iPads are charged up, and you be looking for a duck, all right? And we gonna go get us a duck, all right? All right. So this is a special interview right here with two of Cannon and Peyton, and I want y'all to come back next time, man, because y'all are always here, you know. So next time we're gonna come back, I want to see what y'all perspective be after we talking about the South State victory we got this week coming up. All right, knock it out. All right, we're gonna be right back. Me and Coach Brandon to close thing out. All right, we are back to close things out. This is our segment of the Big Game Breakdown. We break down this week's upcoming matchup, South State 7A Championship, the Greyhounds versus the Brandon Bulldogs. Coach, you know a little bit about the Brandon Bulldogs, being the fact that you're from Brandon, Mississippi. You know a lot about Bulldog football, huh?
Yeah, I grew up around it. It was my dad was a radio guy for Brandon the whole time I was growing up, so I sat in the press box through all Jerry's Norwoods and coming out to Moss Point for South State championships against the Bilbos, and just back and forth there. And I mean, that's what I grew up around, but so I'm very familiar with that. And then it's nice to look at their roster and see some of those last names that either guys that I went to school with and their nephews or kids or anything, or just those familiar last names. But it's they're a very good football team. Coach Williams has done a great job since he got in there. They're in the South State championship nearly every year. It's a normal thing for them to be playing during Thanksgiving, and made a couple state championship appearances the last 3 years. They're a good football team, man. They're a team that's very well balanced. They got a running back that probably by the time he's a senior is going to be one of the top 5 recruits in the country. You got a wideout that's a huge kid. I mean, he's probably going to get drafted in baseball, but he's also a Division I football player type of kid in the McQueen. And then another Quincy Phillips kid that plays slot. He's a lot like Bryson, but he's thicker. He's got that more about running back build to him. It's like having Bryson's ability with Will Smith's stature. It's an an odd mix for a slot receiver, but he's really, really good at it. And then a young quarterback, Slayton Shack, that distributes the ball very well. And he's a sophomore, just like the last one we just faced, but going to be a kid that in the future, everybody's going to know who it is. He's a good football player. And then, quarterbacks and Coach Williams' offense just do a great job of developing, and you see their name everywhere, big numbers, and that's just part of their offense these days. But where they go underrated is on the defensive side. Coach Robinson does a great job with their defense. The interior run from what you see on film is virtually not there. Like they shut down the interior run game between the tackles, and you think when somebody does that they're big. You stop the interior run game, you're big. They're not big. They're probably one of the smaller defensive lines we played in the last 5 or 6 weeks, but they're technicians. They come off the ball very well. They slant really hard. They penetrate really well. And then their linebackers are undersized, but they're really fast and pursuit of the ball, shoot gaps. They stopped the outside run with their speed too. So it's just kind of a different look. It's not something you're used to seeing. They're a defense that looks like a bunch of just smaller athletes running around, but they do a very good job of what they do. And then they got a 4-star safety standing back there, and you'll see him. He's going to be 25 to 30 yards deep just about every snap, and that's part of their defense is, you may bust one, but this dude's going to tackle you, and you got to snap it again. Right. Like you're not going to hit that 70-yard big play for a touchdown. We're going to make sure we get you down. You got to snap it again and keep this drive going. So, it's a good football team, good opponent, good opportunity for us, and a matchup that I really look forward to is, I heard you talk to Coach Trosclair playing the chess game. It's the ultimate game of chess this week. It's how can your offense control the game? What can your defense do to get them off the field? How can you maintain the drive against somebody that doesn't give up big plays? It's all those pieces coming together. It's that ultimate chess match that you want to have in a South State game or a state championship game or whatever you want to have. But the atmosphere that Brandon's going to bring down here as well, because they travel really well, they're going to fill up the other half of Hugh Pepper, and then our half's going to be full. It's going to be an electric atmosphere out there. I expect it to be 7,000 plus people out there watching the football game.
Yeah, it's going to be packed. I already know it is, man. And when y'all win, that place is going to go pandemonium. It might storm the field. Y'all going to have to pay a fine if they storm the field?
I don't care.
Say it's going to be worth it, man.
They can take the goalposts they want to. We won't play there till next August. So.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I saw the best comment I saw the other day. Somebody put on Facebook. I can't remember what post it was under, but somebody said they wanted to see the goalpost going down 90. I was like, I'm not opposed. Hey, whatever it takes to get to a winning point. Doesn't matter to me, but if they want to tear down the goalposts, I'm fine with it. We'll figure it out afterwards.
That wouldn't be a problem. No. I'm pretty sure Principal Dykes will figure something out with that, man.
Talk to athletic director Keith Carter.
Keith Carter, that's who you need to talk to, man. But other than that, Coach, man, you got anything else you want to leave off with, man, to get us and send us out? Because this is the last home game of the PIP until next year.
Yeah, it's 100%. These seniors, it is the last time they will play football on their home field. No matter what the case is, win, lose, draw, whatever, it's the last time they'll play football at Hugh Pepper, and they deserve you to come out and support them. Put down the live stream tonight. I know it's very easy just to pull that thing up, watch on your back porch, hang out with your buddies, whatever. Man, come out to the stadium and support. The live stream is for the people who just absolutely can't be there. Yeah. If you're in this town, come to the stadium. Brandon, I promise you, they're bringing their crowd. You better match it and surpass it, because that's the energy we want. These seniors deserve it, and the rest of this football team does too. But it's the last time, no matter what happens, these guys are going to play at Hugh Pepper Stadium, and we want to send them out on a good note, whether it's ending their career or going on to the state championship. Right. So y'all come out and support, man. That's a big part of what this community is about. It's a big part of what we thrive off of.
Most definitely, man. And on that note, we'll see y'all tomorrow night at Hugh Pepper Stadium, 7 o'clock. We encourage early arrival because this will be another sellout game as usual. Parking lot over there. Yeah, you hear Crystal? Hey, go Hounds. I don't even think the all place and all that other stuff gonna be open, so you better get over there and get that. Highway 90 is gonna be packed. You know, we need to leave that clear just so we can take the field goal post and go down 90. You know, so like we got a lot of work we got to do tomorrow, Greyhound Nation. Get ready for next week so we can get ready to make that trip up north to Southern Miss so we can play at the Rock and get this ring. So I'm Seneca Hampton. This is the man of the hour, Jake Bramlett, and we're signing out.
Thank y'all.